Suppose a decision of court has come against you and now you have to face heavy penalty or you have to go to jail. Now, what would you like to do in such situation? You may try to challenge such order in the higher court, and further you will try to obtain a stay order from the court as soon as possible so that the decision of the lower court is suspended till the higher court finally decides the matter. Now, after granting the stay, it is equally the duty of the higher court to decide the matter as soon as possible. So does it mean, is there any time limit in law to decide such matter? Because if there is no time limit and the stay has been granted and there is a lot of delay in court for one or the other reason, then such stay order will continue for years and years and years. The effect will be that the lower court judgment will be practically ineffective because there is a decision but it cannot be executed because there is a stay order against it. This is a big problem and Supreme Court wanted to resolve this issue. So therefore it introduced the new concept of auto vacation of stay order. That is, the stay order will automatically come to an end after the expiry of 6 months. And this law was laid down by Supreme Court in 2018 in the case of Asian Resurfacing of Road Agency Private Limited versus Central Bureau of Investigation. The impact of this judgment was very significant because in courts the decision takes often years and years, and this 6 months time limit means you have to go to court again and again and again to satisfy the court that stay should be granted to you. This is a vicious circle because after 6 months you have to again go to the court to satisfy again that the stay should be granted to you, and if you fail to satisfy the court even once, the effect will be that the lower court decision will come into effect and it will be executed. That is, you have to go to jail now, you have to pay the penalty or as the case may be. Therefore in this video I will tell you how you can protect your stay order from coming to an end automatically. That is, you do not have to go courts again and again even after the expiry of 6 months. So let us see how is it possible. Now this Asian Resurfacing ruling of Supreme Court which I have discussed just now is a division bench ruling, which means 2-judge bench ruling. But this ruling has created a lot of problems before the courts. Why? Because they got even more overburdened, because after every 6 months the litigants were reapproaching the courts for renewal of their stay orders, and on the other hand the opposing parties, the other parties, were pressurizing the courts to execute their decisions, claiming that the stay order have been auto vacated, have already come to an end, showing this Supreme Court ruling. So this has led to a lot of confusion, a lot of difficulty for both the courts and the parties involved in the case. So to address this issue, in 2023 the Supreme Court formed a constitution bench, that is a 5-judge bench, to decide on the issue that whether the stay order should come to an end automatically after the expiry of 6 months or not. This Supreme Court ruling was High Court Bar Association Allahabad versus State of UP and others. Supreme Court in this case held that stay order is a judicial order, so it can be vacated only by a judicial order after hearing both the parties, because this hearing of parties is not just a matter of procedure, it is the substantive right of the parties. And if the stay order is vacated without passing a judicial order, without hearing the parties, it will be against the fundamental principles of the natural justice. Further, Supreme Court said that these stay orders are made after proper application of mind. There are various factors which the court will examine before granting the stay order, such as balance of convenience, prima facie case, irreparable loss, and after considering these factors, court passes a well-reasoned order. So if the stay order is a well-reasoned order, it can be vacated only by a well-reasoned order. Stay cannot simply come to an end after the expiry of 6 months. Supreme Court said this in this constitution bench ruling. Further, Supreme Court said that delay caused in the courts in deciding the matter is not just because of the litigants who have obtained the stay. No, it can be caused due to various other reasons. Therefore, the litigant should not suffer because of delay caused by the courts in deciding the matter for any reasons. Supreme Court here clarified that if the other party wants the stay to be vacated, they can make a specific application with the court seeking the vacation of the stay order, and there are various grounds for the same. The other party has to show that the litigant who has obtained the stay order is deliberately delaying the proceedings of the court by not attending the same, by being absent, by seeking unnecessary adjournments, or the other party can show that the stay order was obtained by concealing the material facts from the court, or the other party can also show that the circumstances of the case have been materially changed with the time, therefore the stay there's a need to vacate the stay order. But just because 6 months have been passed and the higher court is not able to decide the matter, stay will not come to an end. So as a result, this Constitution Bench Supreme Court ruling overruled the earlier Asian resurfacing Supreme Court ruling. So if in your case the other party is seeking from the court, is pressurizing the court to execute their decision, claiming that after the 6 months the stay order has been automatically expired, you can claim by referring this new Supreme Court ruling that the stay will not come to an end and it will remain effective. By this way, you can protect your stay order from coming to an end automatically. So before ending this video, I have a question for you. What do you think? Should there be a time limit for the stay orders? If not 6 months, any time limit to prevent the long delays in court? Or should the stay order remain valid until it has been explicitly vacated by a judicial order of the court? Do let me know your opinion in the comment box. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.